What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with some more haul videos. And whether it's good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, I do hope that everybody is doing safe when you are watching this, whether you're watching it live or on the rewind. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch it, nevertheless. And before we get started, I do want to encourage you to hit that like button and the subscribe button and the bell notification, that if you like videos like this where we just do some comic book reveals, mystery boxes, and comic book rankings in general, that you can certainly be one of the first people to know. And so, yeah, yesterday I got in a whole bunch of comic book winnings off of eBay and the Insta. And also took some inventory of some stuff that I had purchased a while back. I had purchased a 7 short boxes from a comic book shop. They were selling them, or attempting to sell them, as it were. And I said, hey, how much would you give? How much would it take for me to take all this off your hands at a discounted rate? You got the money in your pocket, you got the books out of your shop, and I got some stuff to ramble around with and sell on the cheap. And so they told me, and I said, okay. So we picked them up and brought them home and went through them a little bit and skimmed some off the top, some stuff I was interested in putting in the PC. And then I've already sold probably 150 or so of the books that were in those boxes. And I was just going through some of the other ones because some of them were without boards and bags. They were older. They really weren't worth selling. And I would hate to put them out there on the YouTube to sell and somebody say, hey, this is not what I bargained for. So what I did was I sorted them into boxes that I'm going to give away to charity. I noticed last year that there's a local children's hospital. I say local, that's relative, but a children's hospital that if you bring comic books that you can give them and then the kids can do it. So it serves a twofold purpose. One, you give something around Christmas time. Well, threefold, I guess. Give something around Christmas time. The kids get something to read, so maybe they get into comic books. But then the third thing is a tax deduction, and that's always good. To not pay Uncle Sam no more than what you have to legally. And yeah, so so I've sorted them all out. And so basically 2 of the boxes were junk, as it were. I mean, they're good comics. They're just not in any kind of condition a collector would want to worry with. Certainly still readable. And so when I was going through there was a few comics that I decided that, and originally I wasn't sure about putting them into the PC, but then I said, yeah, I think I'm going to put them into the PC. And so there were some Power Man and Iron Fist. Like this one right here. This is Power Man and Iron Fist 63. I was a big fan of this series. Fun, not asked for fact, but when I had chickenpox, I was in 8th grade. And so I had it when I was a little bit older than what normally happens. And I convinced my mother to buy me the last issue of Power Man and Iron Fist, which was 125, at the comic shop in Jackson. And so something good came out of it. But so yeah, this is Power Man and Iron Fist, and I've got the essentials that have this in there. But I'm like, look, I've already got them. They didn't cost me much of nothing. I'm not really going to sell them more than likely because they're probably about a mid-grade copy like this. You could clean and press it if you were so inclined to do so, but I mean, it's not like it's got a real lot of value. Your pickup yesterday was garbage. Literally, or just you picked it up and it was like me. So, I picked it, so I got this out of the boxes, and I'm going through there, and this goes to show you that a lot of times, and I know I'm guilty of it, going through comics and getting them in from eBay, Insta, wherever, maybe even the comic shop, digging in the dollar bins. Oh, some junk books. Okay, yeah, been there before. I got brand new books and got them home and read them, and they found out they were junk books. But yeah, so this goes to show you that you should always look at your books because come to find out, it's a Mark Jewelers variant. So yeah, it occasionally you'll find one that was signed, because back in the day they used to sign them on the inside of the cover as opposed to signing on the front cover. But in this case, it was not signed. It had the Mark Jewelers variant, which some people like to have. Mark Jewelers being only distributed to Army bases, and so lower distribution than what was normally done. So that was Power Man and Iron Fist 63. I had 64, 73, 77, Sweet Christmas, 85, 90, 96, 118, 120, 122, and of course started at issue 50 because it combined the Iron Fist and Power Man comics together. I always just liked the matchup. Cage was kind of cool. Don't know if that outfit's as cool now as what I thought it was back then. Liked Iron Fist and the martial art deal and all that kind of stuff as well. And like the matchup, street guy and rich kid, match up together, fight a little crime, get paid a little money occasionally, and that type of thing. Just good little reads more than anything else. Then I got some stuff off of the Insta, like Batman versus Predator. This is the first series, and Andy and Adam Kubert, the brothers, done this. This is issue number 2. And then we got issue number 3. Of course, nowadays this would never happen anymore, because Predator is in the comics is now licensed through Marvel, not Dark Horse. And so Marvel doesn't like to play well with others. Then we got Wolverine number 7. Look at that. Wolverine and Hulk together as opposed to fighting each other. There's a little change of pace. Let's see if this one has the, because on the old Wolverines, the first few issues on the back, some of the art on the back was just as good as the stuff on the front. That one does not have that on there. Aggressively Relaxing. Thanks for joining us this morning. Just digging through some comics and found some free time before conference calls and the like to jump on and show what I picked up. And I do have an announcement of sorts at the end of this. So Factor X number 1. This is the extra edition. Not sure how these were distributed. On the back is the same cover, but it's without the faded to gray. So the regular edition, these characters right here are not faded to gray, and you don't have this little extra edition logo right here. It was $1, and I was going to buy from that seller anyway, so why not throw it in my box? Astonishing X-Men number 8. Astonishing X-Men number 9. Batman versus Predator number 2. Number 1. Yeah. Series 2, issue 1. Unfortunately, he didn't have the other 3 in that series. But Moon Knight number 5. This is from the Sienkiewicz issues, the first series. And I've been picking up a little Moon Knight here and there. Just recently picked up first appearance of Moon Knight, found in Werewolf by Night 32 or 33. I think it's 32. Just picked that up, and it should be heading my way. So, and which I'll show them when they come in. But, last week was a huge week. I bought a TMNT lot, which included Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 1, the 3rd print. But man, that copy looks crisp and clean, and it was a huge Turtles lot. And I'll show you. I'm going to do a special video hopefully with the comic Jabroni when that comes out, and so be looking for that. But so that was like $700 plus bucks, and then I got Batman 227, which is the classic Neil Adams cover. That's an homage back to an earlier Detective Comics. I forget what issue it is, but it's got Batman in the background and this guy with some dogs chasing this woman in the front of the castle. Hey, look, you probably are pronouncing it just as well as what some people do. I've heard Sienkiewicz, I've heard Sienkiewicz. He's probably been called that before as well. But so I picked that up on the Insta, and so that set me back. How much did I pay for that? It's signed by Neil Adams, and it is graded. It's a mid-grade copy. Pretty up there. And then Werewolf by Night, Moon Knight's first appearance. So yeah, it was a big week for comics. Paying for them. It'll be a big week this week getting them. So Moon Knight number 6. It's like he's got a little voodoo action going on there. Then we got Moon Knight number 7. And I don't guess I paid for 2 of these. But I did get 2 of these. One's a direct and one is a newsstand. But in either case, I got both of them. And they were $1 a piece. And so, hey, can't go wrong. Moon Knight number 35. Just picked this up somewhere I was shopping. Oh, I know it was. It was in Nashville last week before last. And picked that up. I tried to put these in CLZ once the seller on IG confirms, or the seller on eBay or YouTube confirms that I did win the thing, and I've got it there in a direct message or email, whatever, that these are mine. I go ahead and put them in to try to prevent me from actually buying things twice. The problem is then you don't have any kind of checks and balances, so to speak, to make sure that those things actually come in. I used to keep a little notepad by my deal with all the sellers that I was waiting for stuff. I kind of got away from that. But yeah, so there's not really a good system. I'm trying to figure one out. This is the Fist of, never can pronounce the moon god right. It's probably been mispronounced as bad as Bill Sienkiewicz's, or Sienkiewicz, whatever you want to call him, name has been. But this is from the second Moon Knight series. That's Moon Knight issue number 5. And then we got issue number 6. Ben Compton, how's it going? Hopefully everything is going well with you. Just showing off a few comics that I got off of the IG. Well, so when I got back into collecting, of course, there wasn't no such thing as, CLZ and the like before, but I really had no choice. It was because it unnerves me to no extent to buy stuff that I've already bought. I'm like, man, I just wasted that $1. I'm like, dude, you just bought how much in comics last week? But yeah, I don't like, unless it's something I feel like, okay, I can turn around and flip that. It's no big deal. But, if it's something I'd have to hold on to, it aggravates me. And so I get mad at myself more than I get mad at other people. So I've got to be a little more organized. The other thing being that my memory, since getting back into comics, has merged with my current memory, my old memory and my new memory, meaning that I'll look at a cover and say, oh, I've already got that. No, I don't. I used to. I do not now. So that is the problem. And then I get home and go, oh, man, I passed up on that because I thought I had it. And I don't. Or I buy it and I realize that I already did have it. Well, I used to have it. I don't have it now, but no, I really do. So then we got Batman 319, The Return of the Gentleman Ghost. I'm a gentleman and I'm a ghost. probably not the best of Batman's Rogue Gallery. I know Bub's Comics and Metarog, as well as Agu, were doing a deal yesterday on their No Faces chat regarding Batman. And one of the things that came up was the fact that Batman probably, Jay Hood, I appreciate you listening from work. Don't get in trouble, but certainly thank you for listening. But they were talking about Batman's Rogue Gallery, and as a single character, Batman probably has the best Rogue Gallery. You think about it. You think about the characters like the Riddler, the Joker, the Penguin, and then especially in the femme fatales. You've got Catwoman, you got Poison Ivy, you got Harley. I mean, it's just it is definitely a Rogue Gallery to be reckoned with. To answer your question, Super Mole Retro, which, by the way, of course, I did the video on Super Mole Retro's mystery boxes. Really dug those. I sold YouTube auctions. What I didn't keep. So great mystery boxes. If you want to put in the chat, if you still have them or you're still going after them. Bub's Comic says a well-rounded, like that kind of well-rounded, Bub. Have you seen Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans? Because your Gentleman Ghost impression reminded me of that. No, I have not. The only time I've seen Teen Titans Go is when I'm in a restaurant somewhere and it's on the TV above head. So as far as my comics collection, we are at 5,369 comics. And of course, you see the X-Men, Uncanny X-Men Volume 1, the 643. To keep it in perspective, there are 544 issues. So I have 99 more issues. Those are either like a newsstand and a direct or a variant cover. But yeah, so that, and then Batman Volume 1 is the one I have the next most of. There's X-Men Volume 1, that's the Jim Lee run. X-Factor, I have the whole set of that, so that one's never going to change. And then X-Force 1, that one's never going to change because I've got the whole set of that. 14 left. Yeah, so check out Super Mole Retro. I know I did like his mystery boxes, a good variety, older books. So pretty good. Yeah, I'm not familiar with them. Check them out on the IG. Who dat? What's going on, neighbor? Hopefully everything's going well down south a little bit. Yeah, always that kind of well-rounded. Yeah, well, I figured that was what you were talking about, but yeah, it is a well-rounded villains gallery. Aggressive, relaxing. Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go opens with Gentleman Ghost failing to get away from a bank robbery because he can't help but be polite. Okay. Wow. Well, so then we got Batman 328. A court found me not guilty of murder, but I did kill the victim, and you'll never be able to prove it, Batman. Villain laughter. Then we've got Batman 344. Yeah, Joe Kubert cover. Man, Joe Kubert is still alive. He's like 90-something years old. I don't typically like the stuff where you mail it in to get it signed. It just takes away from the personalization that I like when you go to cons. However, people like Joe Kubert. That's the only way you're going to get him to sign anything new. I'd actually thought about sending something to him. I've got a few older books that by him, if I'm not mistaken, and I might be, but no, that's somebody else. Anyway, so I had a few older books I thought about sending. He was at a comic shop doing some stuff, and the whole Corona thing hit, and I don't know if they carried it on, but I forgot about it either way. Batman 553, and for the rest of you out there, who dat? I don't know if you follow Clayton Crane on IG or not, but he's going to be down there at in Covington at the comic book shop down there this month. So he's also going to be at this comic book shop, but I don't know how they figure these comic shops. I mean, I'm sure they pay him some kind of money or guarantee him something or whatever. But he's going to be at a comic shop in Baldwin, Mississippi. For those of you who are not familiar with Baldwin, Mississippi, it's Nowheresville, okay? But somehow there's a comic book shop there, and it's not that far from yeah, he messaged me yesterday and said, "Hey, just letting you know if you didn't know." And I would be there. I would actually go to the one in Covington as opposed. I was just at that shop Friday of last week. They don't really have a lot there. It's mainly new books. They're more of a gaming shop, but so I'm not sure how they pick these places out. I guess maybe the locale. It's in Covington. New Orleans, but I was going to go to that one because it's about an hour closer to me than Baldwin is, but that one's on a Sunday, so that done me out. So I'm going to go to the one in Baldwin on that following Monday. So, but there is a list on Clayton Crane's IG page of all the places he's going to be at, and there's a bunch of them. So check and see if you're interested in getting SIGs from him, or not sure if he's going to be doing any kind of sketches or whatever, but probably depends on how busy they get. But if you like his signature, I really like his Infinity signatures, but check it out. Batman 565. Then we got Batman 591. And then here's something that Hudak can get behind. I forgot that I had purchased this. And then it was in with this turtle box, huge box that I got coming in, and that's TMNT number 9 from back in the day. Yeah, so issue number 9, pretty sweet. There's a few spine ticks on the back. Overall, really good, really good shape. And pages are still fairly good as well. So I'll just have an extra one. Maybe I'll sell it. Who knows? But didn't pay all that terrible much for it, and it was in with the seller I was already buying some other stuff from. Then we got New Mutants 95, the second print. Of course, I already had the first print. I've got the whole run of New Mutants volume 1. And then this is X-Men 50. This is from the Jim Lee era of X-Men, or that series that started with him. This is a alternate cover. I've never seen this one before. I mean, that doesn't say much. I mean, things get by me all the time, as many variants that are out there, but I hadn't seen this one before, but that is an alternate cover from there. So now added to the PC, which I got that whole set too. Then got this little bad boy, the first appearance of Gambit, as we all know, and this is X-Men Annual number 14. Already had a copy of this, but it was a direct copy, and this is a new stud. I got my direct copy signed by Chris Claremont and sent off to CBCS a couple of weeks ago. So this one is a pretty nice little copy that I got on the cheap off of a YouTube auction. Flash by Night. What's going on, neighbor to the other side of me? Got some neighbors from LA and then some from AL. You're from AL. I think that the seller threw these in for free because I certainly don't remember buying them, which always is appreciated. The Mighty Avengers number 16. Secret Invasion tie-in there. Then we got Armor Wars. This is from the Ultimate Universe. This is issue 3. Issue 2. And issue 1. So didn't remember buying that, but Do appreciate that. And then we got X-Men number 32. So, of course, I already had this. This is from the first volume of X-Men. This is an earlier appearance of Juggernaut. It might be the second or the third appearance. Can't remember which one it is. But yeah, so this is X-Men 32. Well, when I was doing my X-Men collection videos, okay, cool. So yeah, so when I'm doing the my collection videos, I noticed something strange about the copy that I had from before, and that was this little price thing up here. So the one that I had was a British version, and I didn't even realize it. I thought the only other British comic I had was X-Men 101, which is the first appearance of the Phoenix that I signed by Chris Claremont. And I bought specifically because it was the British version, because I already had the American version of that. Also got a French version of that now. But anyhow, didn't realize I had another British copy. Don't remember buying it as such. Don't remember it being sold as such. But it says 10p there instead of that 12 cent there. So I was like, crap, I got to be a completist. So I've got to get the English version. And this one's a little bit better copy than what the other one is anyway. So it's kind of an upgrade as well as a standardization. So now I just have the British and the English, British and American version. So I got this was one of those comics that I decided to put into the PC, Moon Knight number 7 from the newer series there. You know I got to show some Valiant. I ain't shown no Valiant love yet. Got this off of the eBay and got it for a pretty good little price because it was one of those things that was ending in a weird hour of the night. And also I had eBay bucks. And that's Bloodshot Zero. It's a 9.8 Bloodshot Zero, the gold foil version. So they put all these gold foil versions out of either Zero or issue number 1 Valiant did. And so this is also a chromium cover. Bloodshot and the Eternal Warrior there. And it is a wraparound cover as well. So there's Bloodshot and the Eternal Warrior there. That's a Joe Quesada cover. This is from March of '94. So Kevin Van Hook's story, Joe Quesada cover, and Dick Giordano art. So yeah, I mean, you got a lot of stuff going for this book. And so did get it under fair market value. And then on top of that, bought it with the eBay bucks. And I showed this on IG a little prematurely because the artist was nice enough to sell it to me. But if you're a certain age, this picture should invoke a song to start playing in your head, which was the purpose of him getting to draw it for me. So I'm going to butcher his name. So I'll simply say that this is the same artist that drew Killock. If any of you read the IDW series, I think that just ended Killock. He also does a lot of Transformers stuff for IDW. Lavio something. I hate to butcher his name. But yeah, you can check him out, look him up. He was interviewed by Nemesis Prime and Three Men in a Basement, and that's where I was introduced to him. Yeah, Flash by Night knows. Look, man, you can't. I mean, he was just there. I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, obviously, Optimus is the man. You know, he's always going to be the one. But yeah. So he well, it is his fault. You know that Optimus died, I guess. But so yeah, Flash by Night hit it. You got the touch. This is the scene. That he pulls out the Matrix of Leadership and he comes Rodimus Prime, and then he whoops Galvatron and takes out Unicron there. So he draws a lot of Transformers, of course, drew Killock. And so I messaged him and said, hey, because he told us on that interview how much he would charge for it. He only charged me $200. Now, I don't know if any of you have had like, professional sketches done or whatever, but for $200 for the sketch and coloring of it, that's pretty cheap. I mean, I know that Tyler Kirkham, his sketch that I got him to do with Red Hood beating up Joker was 300, 350, something like that, and it's not colored. So I read other things. Hasbro realized that there was a little too much attachment to those Transformers, in particular Optimus Prime, because it was after that they decided to rewrite G.I. Joe because Duke was going to die as well. Instead, they wrote him into a coma, and it became a bad Chinese subtitle because Scarlett said he's in a coma type deal. But yeah, so I mean, Optimus died. So I remember I did not go, and I'm not sure as to why. I'm not sure if it didn't come to my theater or if I was out of town or not go see it in the movies. But I did rent it from Rhymes Electronics, which was also a Radio Shack, and it also dates you some there, right? You could pick from VHS and Beta, additional dating. But yeah, I picked up that and took it home, and I was just like, what? Never was big into G.I. Joe as much. I mean, I had a lot of G.I. Joes, but as far as being into the cartoon itself, not as much as what I was with Transformers. But yeah, Hasbro's way of trying to kill them off in your mind so you'll buy all the brand new ones really hit home, really hit hard. So here's an announcement I want to make. So in the last few days, Ben, I don't know if YouTube decided to just give me back some subscribers that they took from me, or if I've just been getting more subscribers or whatever, but actually going in the positive directions in the subscriber count for the first time in a little while. And at needing 17 from 400. If you haven't already registered for it, be sure to check out my video on my page, the 400 subscriber announcement giveaway. You'll have to scroll down some to get to it because it's been a while back. And check that out. It's very easy to register. I will tell you that all you have to do is in that video, under the comments of that video, all you have to do is say, I want to win or I want to win, and you will be registered to win. You just got to be 18 years or older. You do not have to live in the continental United States, and that's all and be subscribed to the channel, and that's all you have to do. But if you watch that video, you will also see what you could win. First appearance of Guardians of the Galaxy, the OG team, early Venom, and then also got a Venomized Captain Marvel. But you'll see it on there if you check the video out. So I decided I wanted to step it up a little bit, and I got an extra copy of this. And this is a pretty popular book, the second appearance of Gambit. According to some people, this is the first appearance. This is the first appearance in continuity and the first appearance on the cover. And I will give you that is probably the better Gambit, or is the better Gambit story than X-Men Annual 14. But rules are rules, right? Not only is this an X-Men 266, but this is a newsstand. Now, this is a fairly popular comic. It's not an expensive comic, but it can get very pricey, especially when you start talking about the newsstandies, right? But I did want to show you here. There's a couple of spine ticks, not very many at all. Certainly a clean and a press. I think you would get this probably to a 9 or 9.2. This is not a 9.8 candidate, but this is going to be one of my giveaways. Be sure, if you're not subscribed to the channel, to subscribe to the channel. And also, if you're not subscribed to me on IG under the same name, Southern Comic Geek, all lumped together, but still the same name, that you will see, because I will be releasing an announcement on this and how to qualify to enter. So it's going to be in addition to the other stuff that I'm going to give away. I might bump it up and instead of saying at 400, we get 450, or might be so many IG followers. I'm really not decided yet, but I will be giving away one of these as well. So especially if you do not have a newsstand or a copy at all, this would be a good way to try to enter and win, and add it to the PC. So if you are not following me on, like I said, IG and YouTube, be sure to do so you'll see the announcement when that happens. And then also share it with your friends, because the closer we get to 400, the sooner rather we get to 400, the sooner we can do that and some other stuff. I do appreciate looks pretty sharp. It does look pretty sharp. It's Mylar out of its mind. But no, seriously, it is a pretty sharp copy. It's not a 9/8. Corners are all sharp, except for right there in that corner down here. And there's a couple of spine ticks along the way. But for a second appearance of Gambit newsstand for free, hey, who can argue with that, right? I've got a graded copy of this. Mine's a 9/4. I've been thinking about cracking it because I feel like I could get it at least a 9/6 with the press. But I've got a direct copy of this as well. So I've got a direct and a newsstand already. Bought this on the cheap. The guy that was selling it on a YouTube auction, and late at night, not a lot of bidders. So I jumped in, grabbed it. But it is going to be for somebody out there in YouTube world. And make sure that you've done the before mentioned stuff so that you can have a chance at it. Well, folks, we are already at the 37-minute mark, and I do appreciate everybody taking the time to watch this, either live or on the rewind. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, the subscribe button if you haven't already, and also the bell notification. So when videos like this drop, you will be one of the first people to know. Hope everybody is having a good time out there. And hey, look, Bub, I got the idea from you. Or was it Metarog that did the giveaway, and you won it, didn't you? That's right. That's what it was. Metarog did the giveaway, and then you won the Gambit second appearance. But hopefully everybody's staying safe out there, whether New Comic Books Day is today, because some places you can get DC, or if it's tomorrow, like Marvel tried to remind us with those ugly covers not too long ago. Either case, hopefully both of yeah, that's right, because then you turn around and gave it away or something like that. So either way, hopefully you'll be able to get some good comics in your hand, whether they're brand new issues or back issues and they're new to you. And hopefully everybody's staying safe out there. And until next time, keep reading and keep collecting. Adios.